Alrighty. Well, I definitely know that this has been a topic of conversation for the past few days, but I just can't get enough of how much of a train wreck the Trump Elon interview really was. And one of my favorite channels, The Majority Report, did some just excellent coverage of it. So I just wanted to not only give them a shout out, I wanted to watch this on stream because it is really entertaining. So I figured, why not? Also, I got a little guest star in the back here, so let's go.
We were on the crap on Elon Musk early, and Michael, particularly so, was heavily invested in calling out what a charlatan Elon Musk was. And this actually worked out pretty well for Elon Musk. There was only 45 minutes. Let me put it this way. Last night, I live streamed it.
My headphone jack is...
The idea that it took me less time to figure out how to work OBS on my computer and to actually, like, set it...
Just a little side note. My computer issues will soon be solved.
...up and actually do it than it did Elon Musk to set up his... It's not even video. It's just like a voice.
Literally just audio medium.
It's radio. Like,
it's
why not
literally
just
radio.
broadcast
I mean, it's not even radio. Like the weirdest thing is it's phone calls. It's Zoom without video. Like it's insane how many problems they have
on the radio, but they had...
I did college radio, and it was more sophisticated than their output last night.
This is a conference call, basically.
But that's the thing is that
exactly. It was a conference call.
This technology is like... This is stuff that has existed for decades. 2004, granted, it was real audio, but it existed. And all he's got to do is he's putting it on a website. Now, maybe they don't have the servers there to support it. I don't know.
Maybe they're not paying for them.
He claimed...
I mean, he fired a lot of his staff.
That there was a DDoS attack.
A DDoS. Oh, yeah.
I am going to say that whenever I F up any type of technology going forward, because I'll tell you something.
I'm right there with you, Sam.
There's no DDoS attack. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody who's a grown-up...
No, there wasn't. If you don't know how that works, then most of YouTube would have been down, and any streaming site,
whatever reason they couldn't get it together.
If you forget to respond to one of your friends' texts, you say, "Oh, there's someone my phone."
DDoS,
someone else my phone.
yeah.
This was being denied.
But
that's actually
I thought it would be sort of like I said this on the stream last.
Yeah, if you forget this, what he just said, you respond to a text to your friend. Ah, sorry, man, my phone was under a DDoS attack. I just couldn't respond.
Last night, I'd once read a review of someone who I knew.
Respond to your friends.
Had done a play, and it was he was not a playwright, and the review though was magnificent, and it came up with this quote: "There are some things that are so bad, they're good. This was worse." And that's the only way that I could explain this to you. We obviously I tuned in because I thought it would be fun, and it was just boring. And
what was with Trump's lisp?
The only sort of interesting thing was everybody's trying to figure out why is he lisping? And at first I thought oh, this has got to be something I'm doing wrong. Like I'm sending out
I thought it was an audio issue.
A stream. And nope, it was a lisp. And then someone had put a picture of dentures, which I used as the background for the entire broadcast after I saw that on Twitter. But if I were to say sort of the three things that we learned, it's one, Elon Musk is incapable of carrying a conversation, and it's particularly hard with two sort of all-out narcissists who don't listen to each other. Two, Donald Trump still wants to run against Joe Biden and is attempting to will it into existence by bringing him up at every turn.
It's incredible.
Almost ignoring Kamala Harris as the candidate.
He literally at one point just said he's gonna come at the Democratic convention. He's gonna make a grand appearance and say, "I want it back. I feel like I was wronged. I'm going to take the nomination back."
And three, it turns out, and I learned this from Donald Trump and Elon Musk, they both added to this, all-out thermonuclear war would be bad for the planet. Here is
I forgot about that.
convicted felon Donald Trump describing to Elon Musk about this, in some ways, this whole election is fraudulent because he should be running against Joe Biden. And that's what he signed up for. This is clip number 2.
rough people. And they're doing it right now while this third-rate phony candidate.
Pause it for 1 second. I can't even now, it's like even clearer. I can hear it even more. Third-rate phony succotash. Yeah, that's what it was. So somebody sent me, because I was trying to think, like, what cartoon character it is.
No,
and
it sounded like
suffering succotash. It was this cat. No, it was a cat. Sylvester the cat.
Sylvester.
All right, go back. I mean, look, listen. I know people who have lisps. Some of my best friends have had lisps. But, like, I don't, where's all of a sudden he developed this lisp?
Some of your best friends have had lisps. So you're starting to talk like Trump after listening to him last
I know
night.
some love lispers. I love lisps.
Binders full of people.
I love lispers.
While this
Some of my best friends have
phony
lisps.
Candidate, don't forget, I beat Biden. He failed in the debate miserably. And, you know, some people said, oh, gee, it's too bad. It's too bad he did so badly, or I did well in the debate. You know, the first night they said, wow, one of the people at CNN said that was the greatest debate performance I've ever witnessed. And then 2 days later, they didn't talk about that. They just said he was bad. But that's okay. That's the way I get treated, and I don't mind that at all. What I can tell you is this. We cannot have a Democrat. We cannot have her. She's incompetent. She's as bad as Biden in a different...
Yeah.
Look, she hasn't done an interview since this whole scam started. And say what you want. This was a coup. This was a coup of a president of the United States. He didn't want to leave, and they said, we can do it the nice way, or we can do it the hard way.
Yeah, I mean, they just took him out back behind the shed and basically shot him. You know,
what they did with this guy, and I'm no fan of his, and he was a horrible president, the worst president in history. So I had a good relationship.
Which is why I'm wishing and like crying to myself to sleep that I'm running that I could be running against him. It's incredible.
No.
It's amazing how he can't get past this.
You just made me snort
and
laugh.
I just found it. There was one moment where at the beginning Musk was trying to they were talking about the assassination attempt, and I was really struck. You know, I've watched the video. I was really struck how little insight Trump could offer as the target. Like he literally just there wasn't a single thing that he expressed in terms of an emotion or something that happened from his perspective. It was very bizarre. But Elon Musk was trying to say was trying to get very conspiratorial with how was it that he could take that shot from 160 yards away, and that shot is very difficult. It's very hard to believe that someone would have taken that shot, and then
that's why he missed.
And Trump,
and on top of it, I mean, didn't it come out that he was like a bad marksman to begin with?
Because these guys are not listening to each other at all. Trump goes, I said to my sons, I said, about that shot, and they both are hunters, they're big game hunters, and they said that's an easy shot. And then, and Elon Musk is like, yeah. Like,
they just
didn't
talking
realize that
past
they
each other.
completely contradicted each other. But, again, I just want to say, I apologize to those people who tuned in to listen because they thought that it was going to be better because I thought it was going to get better. So in the future,
he did stick with it
all
for
you
a
need to do better
long
because you
time.
shouldn't expect that.
Yes, don't expect more than that. But
caveat loquitur or caveat. It's not emptor at that point because nobody paid for it, but it was like a
Volunteer.
Caveat listentor. I don't know.
I mean, we can take something
Audio tour?
positive. I don't know what you're even talking about.
Did you take Latin?
I did actually,
All right, so
oddly,
that's why
and
she doesn't know what you're
completely
talking
worthless. It was just so I could take basically a second history class and not take a language. But long story short, what I do like is what this portends for Trump, because we know that DeSantis launched his campaign on the audio-only video or no video conference call platform X, and that went down in flames. And now Donald Trump, here we go, right? Yes, thank you for pulling this. I forgot. Trump truth socialed at that time, I guess a little over a year ago. Wow, the DeSantis Twitter launch is a disaster. His whole campaign will be a disaster. Watch. And you know what? If this goes the way that it did for the DeSantis campaign, they're back to obsessing over people's genitals. J.D. Vance has brought the DeSantis energy to the Trump campaign, and now he's launching or doing campaign events on Twitter Spaces.
This was him doing the interview.
Yep.
This is Trump on the space.
We have video, right? There's
Is that
video.
a battery on his phone?
There's
There's security.
There's a video out there. It would be interesting to see if he had to keep, a gun there.
Yeah, it's weird.
But
I think the Trump stuff is probably the most important. I can't help but notice that the richest man in the world wishes that he was Lex Friedman very desperately.
Yes.
He's terrible at it. He's the worst interviewer. He cannot string a
he was
sentence
not
together.
trying to interview. He was trying to have a conversation, and it was one of
No,
the
it
most
was-
awkward experiences.
Seriously, I've had
like,
better stoner debates with my friends. It was insane. Because, everything that Donald Trump was saying is just it was a coup. It was a coup. And all Elon could just be like, yeah, totally. It was a coup.
And to be involved with it, honestly.
Yeah, actually, so and trying to get a word in too.
And also, Elon, let's not talk about coups, because I'm old enough to remember when you basically said about Bolivia that we can coup anybody that we want because you want their lithium reserve.
Oh man, it's weird to live in an internet age where you just remember all the random stuff that people said.
I mean, this is the kind of guy. He's really one to talk about the replacement of a Democratic presidential nominee before the convention being a coup when he's openly advocated.
Well, he wasn't
for
even
coups
technically.
before.
Hold on. The one thing that we do have to get better on just online, and I don't want to speak to your personal lives because I think that people in general are actually a lot better than they are like online, but yeah, just you gotta be nicer. I was gonna go on like a tirade.
Not even
but I'm just
right,
like,
exactly.
be nice.
Not even right. And this is how the conventions before the primary process. Also, you would select candidates that way as well, so there was no legal mechanism for them to enforce that. But yeah, Elon once said, "We will coup whoever we want and deal with it." So just deal with it, buddy.
That was when he had a red rose in his bio because he was saying that he was actually the real socialist.
Oh, right.
Very cool guy.
He's gone through different stages. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want me to make a video like this, I mean, geez, like, look at that energy. Yeah. Always great pause faces. Yeah, no, I really did enjoy what the Majority Report had to say about that. I usually watch Sam Cedars' live streams as far as, like, the Donald Trump and Elon Musk thing, but I was only able to catch, like, the back half of it because the first 40 minutes was obviously just not really, going well, and he kept, doing other things, and then he kept toying with the idea of just canceling the stream, so ended up not catching all of that. But yeah, I watched this morning and kind of just wanted to share it with you all. But if you like what you watched, go follow the Majority Report. They are on Monday through Friday, 11 o'clock to 2 p.m. I believe. They have they even call it like it's an interview hour, but it's usually on stuff that's not really in the news too much, but it's definitely stuff that, is interesting to learn about. So, I really appreciate their takes on stuff. But again, if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in the next one.